If you're a content creator, don't trust me. Sorry, this accidentally got real. I am crazy. I'm kind of like slipping. Stop talking to kids in DMs. It's weird.
All right, we're calling this the
Episode whatever.
underage movement.
If I was ever friends with an underage person, I'd get cancelled immediately.
Now recording. Welcome to Now Recording. I'm Matt Pitt. This is Toxic Piplup. That's Beavers. That's Core. And our guest today is none other than Stephie. I don't know the people listening are aware of this person or not, but Jesska Pizzle had a lot to say about her on the last podcast, the interview with Jesska Pizzle, and Toxic invited Stephie on to tell her side of the story. So Stephie, I guess we'll start with so what's the issue with Jesska Pizzle now?
I guess I don't really have much to say about her personally that hasn't already been said. I was surprised at just the vitriol and the claim that I keep bringing her up. She's also talking about stuff with Deity, me and Edwin that she doesn't know about, and that I haven't talked. I explained to her that I haven't talked about for a reason, just because it's like none of our business. I don't want to burn anybody. So
Right.
yeah, I don't know. I just don't like her, and that's like the end of the story, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess, and
Okay.
about like me confronting her too. She said that I wanted to debate her about Amber Heard or something. No, I came on to a call that she was on with Slug, Diva, and Stardust to confront Slug and Jesska about something that involved both of them. And like that was already all resolved. About the private stage thing, I didn't request a private stage to like, we wanted some closure, right? And that was it. And she said, keep my name out of your mouth. And I did. So.
Oh,
what more to
okay.
say?
And you didn't say anything about her after that, right?
Not that I know of. Like, probably a lull. Like in when I was in Nick's chat during the first Fireball thing, and like he was like shitting on Jesska. I didn't say anything about her. I didn't be like, oh, that bitch. I just said lol. So I don't know if like that's mentioning her. Yeah, I definitely would talk shit. But as far as like talking about her personally behind the scenes and all this shit, no, that's why nobody, that's why kind of nobody cares about my side. It's like, and I don't really care to get my side out other than, Jesus, this bitch makes me want to die a lot. So I think I have a right. I think I have a right to say, like, lady, with you on Earth, I feel worse. So that's all.
Okay. Well, that's a interesting way to put it.
To be fair, right? I see, like, Jesska Pizzle talks a lot, right? So at some point, she is going to talk shit about you. I think it's just a side effect of how much her mouth runs. Like, eventually something's going to come out of it that's going to be horrid. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
like, it's definitely been personal, but I never called her names and all this stuff she's saying. I noticed she never has any proof, and that's pretty telling given that on the podcast she said she has files. So, like, please show it.
Right.
Tell me what I did so I can do better. I don't know what all this shit is. Like, if I'm schizo, I'm schizo. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Leave it at that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So all right, aside from the Jesska Pizzle stuff, did you want to go back? Let's talk about the Deity stuff, or you want to clear anything up?
So with Deity, I noticed in December, like 2020.
Before you start, Stephie, listen. Deity was a guy, commentary channel, very small, who would do streams on Edwin constantly in the years late 2020 throughout 2021. And I don't want to say you were associated with him, but you were going back and forth with him quite a bit, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, first of all, I'd like to apologize to Deity's community because I was schizo on Twitter, and I was like pointing them out and saying like, you're fucking crazy. I wasn't the only one doing it, but I was doing that. I'm old enough to fucking know better. So I'd like to apologize to his community during that time.
Okay.
I went on, so I had noticed him, and then there's also stuff related with Edwin's hacker, and like me being privy to some information, like because the hacker contacted me, and so I had to pass that information on to Edwin. Anyway, it all ended up with me kind of keeping watch on Deity obsessively and like telling Edwin, and like Edwin knew everything I was doing. But anyway, I really don't want to drag any of those people back into it at all. That's not my intention. But
Correct. Okay.
other than like, yeah, I went overboard. I thought that after Edwin came back after his long break, we were sort of let off the leash to like say what we wanted to these motherfuckers on Twitter, right? Who were basically going overboard and streaming on Edwin every day, right?
Yeah.
I was delusional at the time, so okay. Sorry, this
No, you're good.
accidentally got real. I have fuck, dude, I'm fine, but I was manic, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that I could draw attention away from Edwin just because like I cared, and that's fucking dumb, and nobody wanted me to do that, right? It's so
Right.
retarded. Like I get that. Like I know better. But so I made myself a target and then regretted it, right? So that's all that came down on me for that is my fault, and I fucking acknowledge that. But I
Okay.
never wanted to hurt anybody, and then, I never told Deity about Edwin's father, and I, like, never wanna bring that drama up. I thought somebody else did. We resolved that in a terrible, like, public Twitter fight where finally somebody figured out who had sent that message, and it wasn't any of the people who were accused. Um, so anyway, yeah, that whole thing, like, um and then Jessica's involvement was just sort of egging it on and being in a group chat where, people were talking shit about me and my, just being crazy and all this shit. So, like, people have a right to talk shit. I am crazy, but I'm not the kind of crazy they think. That's all.
Right. No, I mean I've had interactions with you where I felt like sometimes you were you know, a little bit off, and then sometimes you were pretty normal, so I just felt like, okay, well this is just, the situation. You've never been malicious to me, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
I'm glad that you recognize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
It's just I could tell like there's some times where you're having, and I'm using this very carefully, some sort of episode, and I'm like, okay, well, we'll just like let her calm down and see. And you seem to see, usually in the next few days, you seem to like notice what you said or stuff, and we talk. And, yeah, and it becomes copacetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I try not to like get personally involved with people for that reason, because like I am apt to hurt people who are close to me. Like because sometimes I think people are out to get me in the moment, or I will take something to mean like some little comment, some little criticism I will take to mean like I'm worthless, and
Yeah.
just go overboard. And as much as I say sorry and like I won't do that again, it's like the way to resolve it is to remove myself from people. So,
Right.
you notice like I'm not around a whole lot. Like I don't call in, I'm
Yeah.
not like in commentary chats like living it up. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
I did notice that. I did notice that Stephie kind of took a little bit of a step back. It's been a while now.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed you don't really, you're not really in chats that much and stuff like that. So I definitely can see that you've taken a step back. But you're mostly in Stardust community, right? That's where you kind of chill out now, right?
Yeah.
How you liking that?
I mean, it's great. I but even that, like, I've taken a step back and
Okay.
Yeah, can I ask you, did something happen between you and Stardust? You don't have to answer it if you don't want to.
just my mental health. Like, I realize that I'm exhausting people in a Discord again. So no, nothing happened. Like, no fight or anything like that. I acknowledge it. I'm kind of like slipping. And I don't want to expose her, especially like in her work, like just trying to get her show running and all that.
Yeah.
I can be a detriment to that. So, like, I'm still in her chats and still in contact and all that. But yeah, I'm taking a break from that as far as like,
Well, like
yeah,
I think it's very healthy to know when you have to step back a little bit. And everybody has to do it on occasion. Like just for whatever reason. You know?
right.
It's like a really good thing that you can identify now that you need to step back a little, reset, get yourself sorted, and then you can re-engage at a later date or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
Stephie, I would like to maybe send you. I don't know what you're comfortable talking about, so I want to send you a couple names and see if you want to talk about them, or if you want to not talk about them, or you don't want us to say their names. Just to make sure that we don't bring up a name you don't want to talk about. I DM'd it.
That's fine. That's
So
fine.
I can say their names. You're good.
Yeah, if you're curious, that's
Okay.
cool.
So, all right, you had a very huge, I would say, rivalry with Suplex. What was, and that went very far back. If you could explain like the context of it slightly, and then explain how's it going now.
Context, we met in Edwin's server and we're friendly. Thought we kind of clicked a little bit.
Yeah.
Then something strange I thought started happening with her and Kitten and some other people after the whole Edwin hacker deity thing, whatever, all that. I was getting a weird feeling. She'd backed off and I'd backed off, and I didn't realize that there was an issue between us other than like I noticed something weird was going on because I knew what I knew about the situation and they knew too much, but they knew the wrong information. So I felt like I felt weird, okay? I just felt like they were getting into stuff that they shouldn't, right?
Right.
And I felt like my safety was part of that, which maybe, was a little conceited or whatever, but I did have personal contact with the hacker and all that. And so I felt very uncomfortable if people were like fucking with him, right? Anyway, I don't know what they did during that time, and I'm not making claims. That's just like the tension. Then sometime like last summer, like, oh, it was that I started targeting Steve Alive.
Yeah.
And Suplex was very good friends with him. And so our fight was mostly this stupid, like, I'm fighting for this retard, she's fighting for that retard on Twitter, and we're both women who know better, wasting our time, right?
Right.
At some point, she hated me so much that she had a picture of her ass as her Twitter banner with something like
Something Stanny or something like that.
Danny on her ass, property of THS. Like, so if these chicks are wondering why I have a problem with them, it's because they were, like, talking about me. So Cocker Staniel was this, like, alt I made in order to go talk to Deity, and they thought they had, like, done something because they found out it was me, and all this time, Edwin and Edwin's mods knew that was me. Like, there was no fucking secret. They think that I did some bad shit to Edwin, like, no, I was dumb, but he knew about that, and it's fine.
Yeah.
So, and then Deity accused her, Suplex, of sending that message about his dad. Something weird happened where he did a stream dedicated to me, because I went off at him saying, like, "How you're fucking psycho," like, whatever, and I don't yeah, this is awful. This was really inappropriate for me to even be involved, right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, all I did was I said, "Deity, you're a cunt for talking about his dad and saying fuck it, you're a cunt." That's all I said.
Right.
I wasn't the one who told him. Suplex wasn't the one who told him. But based on the response of people, nobody defending me when they knew it wasn't me, and the sneaky shit going on with this group, I really thought that there was this gay op to frame me, okay? I'm sorry. Like, I apologized already on Twitter. They can, I don't really have more to say because I'm sorry I made a mistake. They could have come to me this whole time and never did. So, whatever, dude.
Okay, so you're saying you made a mistake in the sense that you're sorry. Is there anything else that if you were talking to Suplex or Kid Fantastic right now, what would you want to say to them?
Stop talking to kids in DMs. It's weird. It's not sexual, I understand, but it's really
Okay.
weird that most of your friends are
the
like
route I was
15.
thinking you were gonna take. Oh shit!
Yeah,
Alright.
I think it's weird that you have like children fans and your Discord mods, and it's cringe. You're cringe. That's all. You're
Real,
cringe.
real quick question. Does this suplex girl, is that ass picture still available,
It's
or
not. Okay, Suplex has a fucking banging ass.
wait?
Right, I will say
Do you
that.
have it? Where is it?
Oh. It used to be your like
It used to
cover
be a
photo.
banner.
Yeah, it used to be a
Yeah.
banner. You might be able to like if you
Wayback Machine, or like
might be
what's
able to
going
like
As much
go
as
through
people
media.
think I'm an A-logger, I didn't, I don't have her ass. Sorry.
on?
Well, this is something I want to say, right? So I completely understand how you can get paranoid hanging out with these girls, right? That whole group. I mean, I know that like I spoke to some of them privately, but like I wouldn't do it in public because they're all batshit crazy. All the women in the commentary community are batshit crazy, and like so you say you don't have like logs and shit like that, but I know some of these women do, and it is crazy. I don't know how they find the time in the day to log shit and keep track of people's ults and stuff. It is insane to me. Like, it is next level batshit crazy.
I did some batshit crazy tracking, I'll admit to that, but it was not to other moderators in the community. It was to a content creator, okay? And
Yeah,
I don't have
right.
it anymore. I left it was in a Discord. I'm not in it. So
You
and it's
girls are a different breed. Completely different breed, Stephie.
yeah, I will admit to being unhinged and cruel. Like, I'll say it. I'm not, I don't present as a sweetheart.
yeah.
But I do care about people. That's kind of
Yeah,
like to my detriment online.
right.
I will say, I mean, I can confirm that Suplex and all of them, they do have like younger people in their friends group. And like Stephie says, it's not sexual, it's just a little odd, I guess.
Cringe. Like, I'm 37. I know I know it's not nice to say our ages, ladies, but one of you is my age and one of you is a bit older. Suplex is younger. But come on. We're all like old enough to be these children's parents, and you're getting at them into like Discord gay ops. that was like one of the contentions that we originally had was like another person who, like, I noticed commented on Jessica's VOD. Of course I'm looking at the comments. Come on. But you know, her now recording VOD, Turtle. So Turtle was the one with the server that these chicks were in when like we all like stopped talking to each other from Edwin's. And so she wanted to do these streams on another crazy chick. Do you remember Plutonium B?
It sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Okay, well, my criticism was just like, what's your point? And also, like, you're doxing her, and they doxed her in it with Lucky Phil, another guy who was like in this Discord egging all this on, which they don't mention that Lucky Phil is everybody saying he's a good egg and all this bullshit, like bullying me, whatever, dude. Anyway, one of the people involved in that podcast was 14, and I just said something like, it's weird to get, you know, to bring kids into this like gay op shit, and like, so they got very mad at me at that. And I understand it's condescending to tell people when they're children, but if I see it, I'm gonna say it. Like, don't, why?
Right.
There's a lot of that here. Like, you can find people your own age to talk to on the internet, trust me. Come on.
Right.
My
Yeah, I
problem is if I was ever friends with an underage person, I'd get cancelled immediately.
Yeah, you probably
and
would.
that's not what it means. That's not what it means.
No,
Okay.
that's exactly what
No,
that means.
that's not what it means. What I mean by that, right, is I don't have like a filter, so I would find it very hard to, you know, like be in communication with like really young, much younger people than me. You know, like the jokes I make, stuff. It just gets a little weird, in my opinion. Like, ask Matt. Matt, like 24/7. Whenever he's in like a VC with me, he has to be like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! How old is this person?"
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not
So,
here
like-
to police what people do, but I don't want to be involved in it if there's a kid around. Like, I don't want to be part of it because it feels wrong to me. That they could be doing something better, and if I'm like encouraging a kid to stay on a Discord, I'm a bad person. Discord sucks. I mean, no offense. It's great, but go outside too.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
I remember, right? I once saw the day that I remember coming to the conclusion that this group of women in the commentary community were completely batshit, right? Was when Slug was still around in the like active in the larger community, not on his own little island.
Yeah.
And I remember I got showed this Google Doc that had literally like lists of his alts. It was insane.
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
And
And there were other people in there.
Yeah, they keep up with alts a lot. Those like and all that stuff. Stephie, what's your opinion now on Slug?
Much worse than it was when I was trying to see if he was chill.
Right. So you guys were kind of friendly at first, and you guys were
Yeah, so yeah, I think I've said this before. His dog looks a lot like my dog, so there's like this affinity I had. Like, oh, okay, maybe
Well-
he's chill now. Like, we have the same dog. But no. I thought that he was going in a different direction. Like, he was getting kind of creepy Kiwi Farm shit with the Isabella Janke stuff, but I was like, oh, cool, he's not doing commentary. I can apologize for what I've said in the past. And then, of course, we had a common enemy. So when I originally reached out to him, it was to say, sorry for making this joke at your expense, because I had said something about him on Twitter to make a dig at Steve Alive, but it was a dig at him too, or some shit like that. Whatever. I made a mistake. I think that he's just obviously untrustworthy, and it's our own faults if we get involved with that guy.
Yeah. So just for
yeah.
context, you had DMs with him that were leaked out
Yes.
because he sent them to Suplex, right?
Yeah. He was approached by Suplex, and Kitten was, I don't know if she was in a group chat or reached out to him also on her own, but he was streaming the Suplex end of the DM, so I do know. I don't have it. I have a good memory, and that's why I get in trouble too. I have a good memory for people who bug me, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, she reached out to him, and just then I looked at. So I was watching Slug's stream, and I saw that she had reached out. And then I went to look at my DMs with Slug and saw that he had, redacted his all of them. So I knew what was coming, and then a couple days later, Suplex leaked the whole logs on her Twitter and just said, like, "Leave me the fuck alone, you maniac," all this stuff. And
Now the reason
yeah.
I'm asking this is like, what was going on behind the scenes to where why did Suplex want to do this? Were you still going back and forth with her? Were you still like asking about her? Were you like this is gonna sound very terminally online, but it felt like there was this weird cold war between you two where like you don't talk about her, she doesn't talk about you, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
your DMs get leaked.
Yeah. At the time, I thought that they wanted me to kill myself,
Oh,
but they never said that. I just felt it.
so what were you like talking to people about them? Were you trying to like were you on the attack? I'm just
I wasn't. No, there was nothing I was trying to do to get her offline or take her down, other than just say, like, "Fuck you, you're Steve DeLive's admin," and pretending to be neutral. Fuck you. Like, what's wrong with me hating you or not liking you? I'm just one person. Like, I don't know. And hate, I say a lot. I say love and hate a lot.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Right. Okay. So basically, the DMs get leaked. Then, what was your reaction to that?
It's hard to even remember. It wasn't good, I don't think. Like, but I never had much of a response, or you know.
I don't think you did, because I remember around that time. I remember Suplex making that post around that time, and it was something about it was something like if you lie about me or if you threaten me or some shit. I never saw like a threat or anything. You know what I mean? I just thought it was the girls
Yeah,
being the girls.
that was it.
But and then she released that's the screenshot or link or whatever it was to the DMs, and then I don't remember Stephie doing much about it. No, I don't think Stephie engaged a lot with that. I
No,
could be
and
wrong. I really
there
don't
were
think she did.
people, like, there's other people who participated who I'm not naming, and at the end of the day, it's not, I have nothing to gain from, like, hurting them anymore. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So we've taken care of the Suplex, Kitten Fantastic, Deity. How do you feel about Edwin now? Like, what's your feeling on it?
Edwin and I obviously, we we stopped being friendly over Stardust, basically. Um, and we're cool. Like, it's cordial separation of like mod duties. That's all. I was a detriment to his content brain, you know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like like I said, if I see something I don't like, I usually say so, and that's not my it doesn't look good for him, and I understand. So
Right.
I still
Okay.
watch. I definitely don't I used to admire him quite a bit, and I don't now, and that's not anything against him. That's all.
Okay. What's your feeling on Steve to leave now?
I think he's probably sick like me. Um,
Oh, okay.
I think some of it is like he's mentally ill, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to like assume, but he did some crazy shit that didn't help him too, right? Like he did a lot of shit that at first, it seemed like he was doing things to clout chase and like he would use Edwin for clout, right? And like go after him for clout, whatever. I think like things took a turn and I went hard at him and he didn't take it well. And whatever the Maya thing, I don't care about any of that at all. But maybe he's got stuff going on. But I think that he can do his thing. I don't really give a fuck. I'm sorry for whatever personal stuff I said. I'm sure he came at me first.
All right.
I think Steve the Leave is a meth head. That's my opinion
Yeah,
on him.
I'm definitely gonna say it again in chat. Sorry, Steve. I'm gonna talk shit if you come up, but as far as ever bringing him up, no, you can do whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
No, I think Steve the Leave has pretty much gone into irrelevancy now.
Yeah,
Um,
like that's what I mean. It's like he's not helping himself, and like I don't want to. What am I gonna say if he's like gone? I'm not. That's the thing. It's like I don't know. I don't have time to really hate people anymore. I guess.
It's like I'm not going to trash talk you behind your back, but if I'm to your face, I'll say it to you. I'm not
Right,
going to be
right.
two-faced with you.
Yeah,
deal.
that's an issue. That's like probably a thing that is hard for me to get along with people. So I don't pretend very well. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I get
fair.
that.
What about the rest of that crew? Sen, Origami, Crows of Judgment. How do you feel about those guys?
Like some of them like tried to steer each other away from coming after me. Like I know that anytime I will say anything about any of them on Twitter, like generally Sen will come and like post a pic of my face as a response, and it's like,
What?
okay, buddy, thanks for going back to November on my Twitter, you weirdo. So and then I'll see like Origami come and like reel him in or something.
Right.
I
Yeah.
get that.
I want
I
to say
think that
I like Origami. I think
yeah.
Origami's cool.
Well, that's cool. His wife or girlfriend or whatever um attacks me pretty hard, but I think that's like I get that she doesn't know who I am and just sees me as somebody who's like fucking with her man's like channel. So whatever, that's cool. I get it.
Yeah, that sucks. But all right. So Origami Sen, Crows. Not too much of an opinion on Crows.
I haven't kept an eye on them. Like I used to like watching I used to hate watch those guys for sure. And like you're welcome. Like I didn't leave any nasty comments or whatever.
Yeah, I think they saw you as an A-logger to them, though.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. They called me a gremlin.
Yeah.
But I did, yeah, I thought that kind of shit is fun. I still do that. Like I'm still a clip chimp. I just like try to
Yeah,
do it
that's the thing.
positively now.
That's the thing with Stephie, right? Is what like back in the day, I would be like, Steffi's listening, Steffi's watching. Do you get what I mean? That's kind of the reputation that you like developed for yourself. You weren't like the other crazy bitches. The other ones will scream at you and speak nonsense and blah 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 blah. But like you would be the one that would be like, Steffi's got her shit together. Like Steffi knows. Like if you're doing something, Steffi knows. You know what I mean?
That's scary though, especially if you don't. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not good. I'm not good for people's channels. Jessica's right. If you're a content creator, don't trust me. I'm dangerous.
I'd probably say the same thing about Jessica, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, Jessica's. I'll name them. I'll name them. Right. Jesska Pizzle, fucking crazy. Suplex, crazy. Kitten Fantastic, ringleader of the crazies. Stephie, Crazy. Who else we got here? Planet for Weirdos, right? Not as crazy, but also very odd, very watchy, right? Always watching.
Is that a child though?
Yes.
You're the second one that said that. Is she
that's a
underage?
child.
I think they're like 17.
Oh
I didn't
God.
know that.
I didn't know that.
They're just always watching.
Stephie's
Yeah,
watching.
she's my African brother.
Brick said that on
Mother?
stream. Brick said that on stream last night, and I was like, okay, well, he's just going off the rails now. But you're saying that she's actually a minor.
Yeah.
She's actually a minor.
I thought she was
That's
like
what I thought.
25 or something.
I can confirm she's 17. She's told me several times.
Whoops!
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
When she's
good one.
when she's in the shop from the point chat, and she's like, "So what are you guys talking about?" You know, and she reminds people that she's underage.
Yeah, that was an incredibly racist accent.
That was so racist.
It was a pretty good impression, though.
It was good. Total Afrikaans.
I didn't know she's
She's not
African. I thought
Afrikaans.
she was
She's
Swedish.
Egyptian.
Oh, well, I was way off.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Planet for
I
Weirdos.
thought Cora was doing her accent.
Hi, Planet. Let me know when you're 18.
If Cora were doing our accent, he'd be talking like this.
Yeah.
This is the way that we'd speak. You know, that thoughts and opinions.
No.
It's
That
soothing.
thoughts and opinions. She speaks a little bit like this. She can't.
like it.
Can't speak English properly. Her
like
schooling
it.
failed her. It's unfortunate, but she does have a very nice ass.
So, do you
Prove it.
She posted on Twitter. Well, she used to.
Do it again, please.
follow her on post? I guess I don't know.
No.
Is there anyone else you wanted to talk about, Stephie? Am I missing anybody?
I've gone off on Tommy and always
Oh,
apologize.
let's talk. Can we talk about that?
Nope.
Were
End of
you
the podcast,
there
but no, I'm
with
just kidding.
with the fuck you?
Well, no.
you-
I'll explain the story if you want. We were in
Yeah.
the voice chat. Me, Beavers, and a few others were in the voice chat. Tommy's talking politics. You're in there. You're just chilling, and I had never heard you like do this. You just went off on him because he was talking shit about Democrats, right?
I had consumed too much Ukraine content and lost my mind on Tommy. I just lost my mind on Tommy, and I told him I'm sorry and I'll stay away for a long time, and I did so. And I just apologized privately right away. That's all.
In fairness, Tommy enjoyed that back and forth, and I don't think he was ever mad at you or saw you as like an enemy or someone that turned on him or anything of that nature. We just kind of, I'll be honest, we just all thought it was kind of funny because like you're like this quiet person who doesn't say much in voice chats, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Don't you dare talk about the party I voted for!" And I was like, "Whoa!" I mean, Beavers, you were there. Is that
Accurate.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, that's accurate. But the other thing is Tommy also, he didn't like it was anger but also confusion because Tommy, being the idiot that he is, he misquoted the date.
Yeah, he said 1999 or something, right?
Yeah, it was like in 1999 Trump said this.
Trump was the president then. Yeah.
Yeah, regardless, I felt like I was disrespectful in Tommy's house. So,
Trust me, there's been way worse.
Yeah.
You're fine. Like Tommy used to come in voice chats where everybody would call him the N-word. So I think you're fine.
Based?
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
But yeah.
I still feel bad about it, but I appreciate
Tommy
it.
is Italian, they basically.
There you go.
I just
He's not
remember
Italian, you idiot. He's
Yeah,
fucking Irish, you fucking moron. How long have you been watching him, Beavers? Come on.
I mean, he must be Black Irish. I don't know.
He is
Man
Black
doesn't
Irish.
look-
He is Black
He
Irish.
He must be Black. He must either have Spanish or Italian in him.
He hangs out with the Italian greaseballs. He doesn't fucking participate
He must.
in
Have you
pasta dinners
seen?
every night.
Have you seen a proper Irishman? They
He's
do
Black
not look
Irish.
like Tommy C. He's Black Irish.
And he's got curly hair too, which is really funny.
Yeah. Core's whole point is, though, if you watch Sharpen the Point, you will know that he talks about how he's Irish many times. Yeah, no, that whole thing was just funny to us. I remember I was in there and I was just like, all right, well, this is getting crazy. I'm just gonna go to bed because it was like 7 a.m. at that point. But yeah, no, that was funny.
I remember that, and I just remember thinking through because I remember I went and found the clip, right?
Yeah.
Clip for him, but I just remember thinking while I was sitting there because I also got engaged with it, but I remember sitting there and I was just like, politics, bro, politics. Yeah.
Yeah, the source of all friendship.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
true.
don't know. Also, I mean, I'll be fair to you, Stephie, right? Tommy is a bit of a nutter when it comes to politics.
But that's his
100%
right.
fair. Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know, when he says stuff, I remember at the time, right? Tommy was really on like a political arc at that time, around that like period. I remember that. It's like, why the fuck was he bringing up politics when we were watching Star Wars?
Yeah, he I think even he was saying like he wasn't feeling well during that time.
Yeah.
And whatever. I should have known that I was gonna get heated and gone before it happened, but whatever. Cool. I'm glad you guys can laugh about it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you know you can accept the crazy women on your podcast. You know.
Right. I remember when you were doing. I know you said you were taking a break from Stardust, but I noticed maybe like a month or two ago you started going on streams more with Stardust doing panels. How did you enjoy that?
I like it. But I don't have a cam, so it's sort of like, maybe if I had a cam set up, I would participate more. But it's sort of like, I think about what the show needs, and they need people who can raise their hands.
Yeah.
But
Well,
also, I'm a
how-
crier, so it's hard to if I'm talking about abortion or something and I cry. That's not cute. That's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to talk, but I'm no content creator. I'm
well,
just
who's worse, right? Who's worse? Because like Stardust isn't really commentary.
no.
She's more like in the
She's
debate, bro.
twitchable. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So who's
just a-
worse, commentary community or the debate bro community?
Depends on in what way. I think that the commentary community is really harsh on people who can't advocate for themselves and join, you know, based on seeing some subject they care about, and then are over their heads with people. Um, you know, I I guess dogpiling them for being weirdos. That's hard in the commentary community, right? If you can't advocate for yourself. But in the politics community, if you are a someone like me who's pretty much a normie Democrat, a little further left than that, you're a Nazi. If you're not leftist, a true leftist, a commie or a socialist. So I guess I'd rather be called a Spurg than a Nazi. And Twitchpole is a little worse in that regard. So
Right.
depends on who you are.
Yeah, it seems
Well,
like
not that, though.
the
I'm not a
politics
Nazi.
part is more about life. Like they're going after people like big time. In different, yeah. So I'd say
So
they're
that's
worse.
another reason I backed off from Stardust for now, is because I'm a little worried about the the doxing and all that
Yeah.
all that stuff, because I'm loud and bitchy, and like I feel like I'd be a quick target for that.
Well,
Right.
hot take: Nazi's bad.
True.
I don't know. Right?
Tanky's
So
bad too. Tanky's
I'm
bad.
I'm gonna pitch this, right? So you could either be a Spurg or a Nazi, right? Have you seen the way that Chris Chan dresses? Have you seen the way that Nazis dress? Like, if I had to pick one,
So
you know?
you're like, oh, I'll
This
I'll
is the
fucking be a
pipeline,
horrible.
dude.
You're like, I'll be a horrible person who does horrible things, but at least I'll be dapper. Is that your thing, Beavers?
I'll be rocking those SS and lightning bolts.
Oh, okay. I'll take
Well,
being
they got little skulls. Oh yeah, you're gonna what? I got my little cap with like a skull on it. That's
Yeah.
dope and badass.
I'll
and you're
just
gonna
be
be
a
there with your
spaz.
Sonichu.
Yeah, I'll be there with my spinner hat, like it's like, hi Nazi. Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
is that a thing? The bad guys always have the best outfits.
Because
That
there's
is true. I like villains in movies, but I would rather be a schizophrenic Spurg and trade in my Doc Martens for Crocs than be a Nazi, personally. You make a compelling argument, Beavers.
I'm just saying. Oh, and oh my God, have you seen like a Nazi Germany woman, like back in the day, like with their little skirts and stuff? Damn.
You should watch what is it? Those, they made those Nazi exploitation movies in the 70s. Should watch some of those, like what's her face? SS, Queen of the SS. Whatever.
Yeah.
I remember watching a thing about this. I think they were like the female concentration camp guards or whatever, and they got hung at what was it? The Hague, I think. Nuremberg?
Yeah.
I don't know. One of the two. Anyway, they were hung, and all I remember while I was watching it, I was just thinking that is such a waste. They were very pretty girls.
All right.
Look, I'm not saying I am a Nazi. I'm just saying
My
I can see how you
condolences.
can get baited in.
Yeah,
Right?
that's good to be. It's good to see each other as human. And
All right.
Come on, knee-high socks. Come
Beavers,
on.
dude.
All right, Matt.
Change the subject, please. So we've talked about all of this. Is there anyone else that you wanted to talk about? Any situation you wanted to talk about?
Nope. I get paranoid now and then. Avoid me in DMs. I'm pretty normal. I have internal rage that I like to tweet about. And that's who I am. So
And if you wanted to say anything to Jesska Pizzle right now, what would it be?
have a good day, sweetie.
Okay. Who's your favorite person in the community?
Oh,
Beavers.
there's this lizard. There's like this lizard on Twitter who's just on Twitter, and I don't see him in chat much. Lepospondal or something. They're just on Twitter and they comment on your and Tommy and Nick's.
Are you talking about Lizur?
No,
that lizard?
No.
Lepospondal, like Spondyle?
Lepospondal, not Spondyle, not that kid.
Lepospond. Yeah. I know you're talking.
Spondyle.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I don't know who they are, and they've never fucked with me. That's my favorite person.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. There you go. All right. Shout out to Stephie for coming on. Thank you so much.
Whoa.
Go ahead, Toxic.
I got
Go ahead.
one last question. I'm
Go
back,
for
by
it.
the way. My power went out. Are you a part of the Matt Pitt Simp Circle?
I
What?
respect Matt Pitt in a professional manner.
There's a simp
So-
circle? I that's news to me. I don't know.
So I wouldn't frame Matt in a simping context, but Matt's pretty based.
Nice.
Probably
Thank you.
no. But
I disagree. But
But
You know what I
I-
don't get?
I don't think Matt needs crazy women telling him he's beautiful. He's confident on his own.
Well, here's the thing, right? That I don't get with these women that simp Matt. All the love and attention and care in the world ain't gonna fix him. He's missing a leg. Man's fucked. Love and care doesn't grow back a leg. You
That's
cannot
true.
fix him, ladies.
I'm like a broken toy
10
with no
grand can
part.
fix this man, ladies. 10
Yeah.
grand.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna get it.
Stephie,
Yeah, Matt Pitt will let you ride his stump for 10 grand.
Okay, guys.
How
Stephie,
does that sound, ladies?
Just
discounts
about.
in November.
all right, I did remember one question I want to talk about. I bully bullies. What's your opinion on I bully bullies, Stephie? With the whole
Oh.
shit that went down between all of you and
The
Tipster.
reason, so I was talking to him through his spiral, and he was kind of there for part of mine, and then I cut him off because I didn't want him asking questions about what was up with me.
Yeah.
And then I cut him off permanently because he said that Tipster should kill himself.
Yeah.
I said, that's not okay. Don't talk to me anymore. Goodbye. But I think that he's just like a unique dude. His channel is funny as fuck. You know, I hope he stays out of trouble and, you know, like me, gets in his over his head. Unlike me, perhaps the self-awareness is a little different,
Yeah.
right?
Right. I think so.
I don't have anything bad to say about him. Whatever.
I just hope he stays away from schools.
True.
Good one. And
Dangerous.
cats as well. Core.
Wait, did they say
Oh,
he wanted
yeah.
to fuck cats?
It was
What?
a joke. It was from the podcast.
Yeah, come on, Beavers. Jesus Christ.
Core.
Oh.
You got some
Hi
questions?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to ask one question. Since I guess at one point in time you were within the Kitten Fantastic realm and Edwin realm and all this. Were you ever a part of a Discord moderator group where everybody like logged people's information, or people make sure
I
you
was-
ban this account, make
I
sure you ban
wasn't-
that account?
I wasn't, but I know about that cross mod server. Of course, I was not part of it. I think they used the ban bot there. And I was suspicious about the ban bot itself and if they were using it to cross ban people just that they don't like. And I think I said something like that to Slug in DMs or something. And that's what they're really, really mad about, is that I attacked
Do
the
remember
ban
that.
bot. So
Yeah, because that was something that got brought up several times. Like, people would come to us and say, "Make sure you ban this person. Make sure you ban that person." And if you want me to be 1,000% honest, I didn't give any attention to it, because at the time there are some people, like, you know, if there's obviously evidence that this person did something atrocious, then that's a different story. But if you're coming to me and you're giving me verbal evidence, like, I need proof. So it was really weird, and I've always wondered if because I can never find a person that was actually inside that Discord. Only people who told me that they were friends with that Discord. So
I believe that Kitten, Suplex, and possibly that kid who's, you know, gets mad that I ever bring him up, Lizard, who's active in SFTP, might have been in it.
The one I
I'm
was
not
asking
trying
you
to-
were talking about good about. I thought that was the lizard you were talking about, lol.
Oh, well, I think
That's
that he's probably chill and
Yeah.
cool, but I think it's possible he was part of that server, and you could ask him. I'm not sure.
Okay.
thank
Fair
you.
enough. All right. Anybody else have any other questions for Stephie? Beavers? No. Core's done. All right, Stephie, thank you so much for coming on. We greatly appreciate it. I hope this was a good talk for you, and I hope you got everything off your chest.
Thank you all so much. Really
Heck yeah.
appreciate you. Big fan.
Heck yeah,
Yep.
appreciate it. We really enjoyed this conversation, so thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
You too.
You
Have a
too.
good one.
Get everything off your chest but your tits. All right, guys. If you enjoyed that episode, like, sub, all that cool stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. Unless you guys got anything to say.
Yeah, make sure to like, make sure to sub, make sure to comment. Get us to 1,200 subscribers one day.
Get us to 69,000.
Yeah, let's keep this going. Let's keep this train going. If you guys have issues with anything Stephie has said in this interview, if it's about you or anything of that nature, you're welcome to come on, talk about it. I do not know if she would be down to talk with you, though. I'm just saying, like, I feel like this is pretty much done, but if you want to come on and say your side, Kitten Fantastic, Suplex, we will hear you out. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Guys?
Also-
Suplex has to show me.
Sure.
Okay.
Also,
All right.
follow me on
Oh.
Twitter at
I'll do
Beavers
that.
McWood.
Actually, no. Let's start
At
something new.
Beavers underscore McWood.
Unfollow Beaver. If Beavers
At
falls,
Beavers underscore
if he
McWood.
falls
At
under
Beavers
50,
underscore McWood.
if he falls under 50 followers, I will do something unexpected.
You're not going to do anything.
I'll
He's
You're
gonna
figure
lazy.
something out.
he'll change the channel name finally.
I will not do that. But you can dream. Hope you guys enjoyed. Play a
No,
sound.
Fuck you. I got a shout out. Shout out to Jesska Pizzle. Fuck you. I am not doing a podcast with you
Oh shit.
or a stage. Go fuck yourself.
Let's go.
Before we leave, I do want to say, give me a second. Let me look this up real quick.
I want you guys to know when I brought up Suplex's ass, Matt sent me a picture in like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I guess that was one of his bookmarks.
It was like 5 minutes, asshole.
It was
I just went through all our media. I was like, here it is. Shout out to Chanry.
Is that part of
Mishi.
the pregame?
Can I shout these people out, please? Shout out to Chanry, Mishi, Nerdy John, Bieberman, Eva, Jack Johnson, Pimpin' Pete, Rum, and Squatchin. Shout out to all of you guys.
And Craig Beckett. I'm getting sick
Yeah,
of you
Craig
forgetting Craig
Beckett.
Beckett.
Why do you
Matt.
forget
It's so
Craig?
disrespectful. I know what you did. You was looking down the roll or whatever. All right, stop forgetting Craig Beckett. Okay,
Whatever.
stop it.
Thank you guys.
We should get an underage girl to come on here every week and thank Craig Beckett.
Oh my!
Actually, yeah, can we? Can we do that, please?
All right.
Just at the end.
It's
Just
been
get them
now
to record it.
recording.
All right, we're calling this the
Episode
underage
whatever.
movement. We're getting underage kids to come on here
All right.
and tell us their experiences
No,
with Craig
let's
Beckett.
cut this off,
Let's-
please.
nope. Let's go.
Yes! 9 years! 9 years!
Yes, 9 years old. Let's go.